Understand?
Yes, King.
So because of that racial segregation, they had to put black people in their own areas.
Yeah.
Because that's when the government introduced that Group Areas Act.
Yes.
To group people according to, that brings us back again to that question where you were saying Chinese people have got their own place.
Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. My first introduction.
Yeah, they were grouped.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
They were grouped. Africans were not given a place, instead they were forced out of their places and put in the townships. They were grouped in the townships. Do you understand?
Yes, King.
But if you look at after democracy, the same townships that we were grouped into are still far away from places of what?
Of work.
Yeah, of economy.
Yeah.
People have to wake up and get into taxis to come and work in the white areas. So why is the government not developing the black economy? So that we can have flats in Soweto.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, Soweto could also have its own.
Yeah, we can have factories in Soweto.
Yeah.
You understand? We can have flats in Langelish. We can have factories in so that people don't migrate. You understand?
Yeah.
It is an African to migrate. Because we belong to bigger families, family units.
Yeah.
A white man, when he grows up, he leaves his mother and his father and he goes. He doesn't care if they die.
It's evil.
You understand?
Yeah.
Wherever he comes to, he makes it his home. It's easy for them. But for us, even if you go to America today, you'll still need to come back to your hometown.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And if people pass on in your absence in our culture, it's not right. So this type of lifestyle is not good for us. It's un-African. That's why you get people today that are frustrated. They commit all sorts of crimes because they are still living in that old life. You understand? Of oppression. The system that we voted into power, our own government, has not relieved our oppression. We are still oppressed. You understand? Because we are still living the old laws, the old lifestyle where you have to leave home, go far away, in order to fend for your family. If you think of it, you come from KZN. You are in Joburg because you must work. Every month you must send back money to your family in KZN, but you can't see them.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's a white man's way of
It's a
living.
white man's demand. It's a white man's demand. It doesn't favor us, it favors them. You understand?
Yeah.
So we are not enjoying life because life means you should be, if your family is in KZN, you should be every weekend go to KZN to be with family. But it's expensive. You understand? You don't have a pickup place in Joburg to bring your family every weekend to come and be with you. You understand? So most people are frustrated. They are not enjoying this life. You understand? I remember when I started staying in a flat, we used to pay 300 and something rands a month for a 2-bedroom flat.
300?
Yeah. And that was even too much. Because when I started working, I was earning 380 rands a month.
Oh, yeah.
It was enough to send my children to school. It was enough for me to buy clothes, to drink, buy food. You understand? I would always be happy. But today, if you give me 300 rands, it can't do anything for me. You understand? That's why we come to the correct calculation of the time value of money.
Man, that's there.
So we've got greedy people that are robbing us. You understand? today a CEO of a company earns about 3 million a month.
Yeah.
A cleaner in that same company is only earning 1,200 rands a month.
But
If
it's-
we
yeah.
calculate that 1,200 to that 3 million, how many times? And when it comes to buying the basic necessities, the cleaner goes to the same shop that the CEO is going to.
Yeah.
So you see the vast difference that creates.
Yeah. A big
Because
one.
the cleaner cannot buy what the CEO can buy, because it doesn't have that kind of money. That's creating what
differences.
differences in society.
Yeah.
The rich and the poor.
Yeah.
That gap is not closing, instead it's widening. You understand? So
Yes,
the same things that we were crying for against the white men are now being done by our same
Else.
black people.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That is how life is going.
So how do you think the government is like treating what's this homelessness in like
They don't care.
uh,
They don't care. The only time they'll start caring if homeless people start burning down government buildings. You understand? That's what the government of South Africa believes in. People must demonstrate first before we can do anything for them. You see, the people of Tembisa had to go and burn government buildings, government cars,
yeah,
because of service delivery.
yeah,
And now the government is saying, no, we need to talk to the people of Tembisa. But the people of Tembisa are saying, no, but we've been waiting for you for too long. You've not been coming to us,
yeah,
which is why we're doing this. But still the same, you've burnt that municipal hall and everything. The government will take money from what was supposed to help you. And when they're not doing something else for you, you are going to cry. And the government is going to say, no, but we are building that hall that you burnt last time. We're buying those cars that you burnt last time. Do you understand? So,
So what? Like how? So they don't really care. So
there's no going forward.
What?
What we need is to change this government, because it is failing. Which we go one step forward, we take 3 steps back. So when are we going to reach the end? We will never reach the end. You understand?
Yeah. So this legendary.
It's bad. It's very bad. That's why we were thinking now, at least you guys are growing up. There's everybody from everywhere in Africa. Ask those people. Don't create enemies with your African brothers.
Yeah.
Ask them really what happened in your countries. Get to know what happened. You'll find. I talk to a lot of Zimbabweans. I talk to a lot of Malawians. They tell me the same things that are happening to your country. We went through those countries. I remember when we used to laugh at the Zambian quarter, that there were pictures that people, when they're going to buy a loaf of bread, they have to push a wheelbarrow full of money. We are getting there.
Yeah.
We are getting there. How much is petrol today? When I lost my cars, I was buying fuel at 5 rands a litre. But
Yeah.
today fuel is almost 30 rands a litre. And it's not even 3 decades from that time. You understand?
Yeah,
I lost
yeah.
my last car in 2011.
Yeah.
That's about 11 years ago. But by how many percent has petrol gone up? Do you understand?
Yeah.
From 5 rand to 20 something rand.
It's a lot, bro.
It's a lot. More than 40%.
Yeah, no.
You
So-
understand? More than
Yeah.
400%. Because 5 rand to 28 rand, it's almost 10 times.
So I'd like to ask, like, you wouldn't mind if I take a portrait of you?
No, I don't have a problem.
Alright, but I didn't get your name first. I need to.
My name is Paulinus.
Paulinus.
Yeah. My surname is Mhlabi.
Uh,
It's Paulinus, like in a sentence, Paul in us. Yeah, that's my name.
a white man's name.
It's a white man's name. My African name is Sehoa.
Sehoa.
Yeah.
Hey.
My surname is Mhlabi.
Hey.
Yeah. See, my family, because when we were growing up, they were already colonized. You see. They gave us white men's names, but they never forgot to give us African names.
Yeah, very.
Because nowadays you cannot do anything without a white man. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why white men's names became popular. You understand?
Yeah.
I remember in the 80s, people were even taking up white men's surnames because it was easier to get jobs, get better pay when you are using a white man's surname than a black surname.
Yeah.
To get promotion at work, you know, things like that.
So it's really deep, man.
Yeah.
So the context is just really, that's the thing. I'm gonna photograph like these spaces you were saying, like these buildings that are
Yeah, that are running empty when people are staying in the streets.
Yeah. I would like to highlight that issue.
Yeah.
As one of
Now,
my
if
topics.
you bring up that topic, I'm sure you'll be proud of yourself because you are opening
a conversation.
a conversation on a painful social issue. It's painful for a lot of people because human beings were not created
to be destitute, to have no homes,
to live out on the street. You understand? And with us living out on the street like this, it's not like we don't have ambitions. Like I've told you, I've had a home.
You've had everything.
I've had everything, but because of the life today, I don't have nothing. I'm on the street. It's painful because I know what it means to be in a home. I know the comforts I'm losing out. You understand? Nowadays, the government even closed public amenities. There's no public toilets. You have to pay to rent. When you are on the street, you don't have that income. Which means you are messing up, you are forced to mess up the land. Because if you want a toilet, where are you going to go? You are going to go in a street corner somewhere. You understand? That's where you're going to do your toilet.
Yeah, that's also crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, short. Perfect.
No, it's just as those things that you guys, especially in photography, can highlight because you've got the visuals.
And we got the tools also.
Yeah, you got the truths.
It's a bit dark.
You know about the cold door.
The Cold War, yes. Was it in America?
Yeah.
They were fighting against each other. The white people were fighting with each other.
Yeah. The cold door is like a silent door. You don't let your enemy know that you are fighting them. You understand? You use underhand tactics to fight a cold war. You pretend you are doing good when you are actually doing harm. You understand? That is a cold door. So what you are also doing is like a cold door against the government. You understand? Attacking the government without showing them that you are actually showing the negatives. And that should eventually help the government because you are bringing the truth that they may not be aware of. You understand? Because most of them, they pass us here, they're driving government cars, they are living large. It doesn't come into their thoughts that these people are actually suffering. And there are people like us. They deserve all the comforts that we want. Like if there's a disaster now, like the one that was in KZN, the government was running. No, we must find these people. What about the man that's always been on the street all his life? You are worrying about a situation that only happened now, temporarily, and it's not a permanent situation. But you're not worried about somebody that's been on the street ever since. Somebody that needs your help to get off the streets. If you don't help them, they're not going to get off the streets. You understand? That is the life we're faced with on the streets.
So every night you'll come back to the same spot, or
Yeah, we always come back to the same spot, pack and unpack like we're doing. See, boxes have become money now. You collect them, you put them, you want to sleep on them for comfort, but because our recyclers consider them money, you go and collect boxes, come back tomorrow, you don't have a box. So you need to take care of them, also secure them. You understand? Because here you've got your kitchen, you've got your bedroom, you've got everything. Yeah, it's your full house, your life, your wardrobe is here, everything. Your valuables, everything. Got to tie it up to keep it safe.
Can I get a portrait of you? Some of them I'm just gonna archive them for better stuff, not even just for school.
Putting the meat to the parts.
So we all been living together.
Yeah,
Maneuvering to the streets
we
together.
work together, we live together, we do everything from
How did you all build a trust with each other? Because like I know it's a bit difficult, you know.
through respect.
Oh, respect.
You know, people in the street will respect each other so much. We respect each other so much. And in the street it's not easy. It's better when you've got somebody that's looking after your back. You understand?
Yes.
So when you find that brother, you know, even if tomorrow I come across problems, because people are dying every day on the streets. We've got people that are carrying dangerous weapons on the street. You've heard about these shootings everywhere in the country. Who's the easiest person to shoot?
Yeah, guns are now accessible.
Yeah. Who's the easiest person to kill? Somebody that sleeps in a cell without cuff, no protection.
Yeah.
So life on the street is not good. It's not like a walk in the park. You're risking out a lot when you're on the street. You come back every day, you don't know if you'll find your thing, because they steal. Our things get stolen every day. You wake up like this in the morning, you don't know where your next meal is going to come from. You understand?
Yes, kid.
You must walk across the width and breadth of town.
Yeah.
Just to find that plate of food. You understand?
Yes, sir.
The same time, because you can hardly take a bath. You are like a social misfit.
Yeah.
Nobody wants you around them. You understand?
Yeah.
You are like that filthy, stinking thing that people don't appreciate in their midst. You understand?
Yes, kid.
You get to meet your family, people that you know, people that you went to school with. If you were fortunate enough to have worked before, people that you want to work with.
And they discriminate, yeah.
You can imagine how embarrassing it is to have somebody that maybe had a lot of respect for you. They see you like this.
Yeah.
You understand? Because most of the times we're not taken as normal people.
Yeah,
anymore.
and that's wrong. Like, that's what I'm not getting with society, the people that are working around us right now.
Yeah, they're despising us. It's like we failed somewhere. You understand? They don't understand. They don't want to bring themselves to understand
Yeah.
the truth around there.
Yeah, the fact of the
But that's
matter.
the reality. That's how things are. When we say, ask our African brothers, we want you to have the truth. That they were where we are now. You understand?
Yeah.
If we don't change, we are going to be where they are now. And who's going to help us? Because South Africa were the last country that actually acquired its freedom. Lucky for our African brothers and sisters, when suffering came to them, we were there to help them.
Yeah.
But who is there to help us? Who is going to help us?
Who is there to help us?
Who is going to help us? And I mean us together with our African brothers, because
yes.
they are now a part of us. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Lucky enough, we were there to help them. But we didn't help them, we destroyed them. Remember, if you want to help somebody, don't give them a fish.
Yeah,
give them a fishing rod.
Yeah.
So that in your absence they can continue looking after themselves.
Yeah.
But what we are doing to our African brothers is we are giving them fish and saying, no, forget home, stay in South Africa.
Yeah. We're not giving them techniques of
going
fishing.
back and rebuilding their own country.
Nations,
So we can also visit them one day. You understand? Stop and think of a Malawian or a Zimbabwean left his family hundreds of kilometers away. He's here suffering, sleeping on the street, baking, selling tomatoes. What if something drastic happens tomorrow at home? He can't go home. He's got no man.
And yeah, there's also another part, another one,
So which means we are helping that person's home to be destroyed. Because at the end of the day, they will never have home. Those people are never happy. And then we call them foreigners and all that and all that. They are foreigners because we are not helping them to go back to their homelands. The best gift we can give to our African brothers is to assist them to go back to their homelands, to go and rebuild their homelands. You understand?
Yes, sir.
This should be the dialogue among South Africans. How do we help these people go back to their... You understand? We take some of our business people, some of the money we have, we go and build businesses for them there so they can work and rebuild their economies. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Having them here with us is not doing us any good. You understand? We'll be crying we don't get employed because employers are finding cheap labor in our African, which is true. Anyone, everywhere will take advantage of that. You understand? Or if the government is running away from the truth, they will never create jobs. You understand? We used to have white people, we don't have white people now. Our employers are these Indians. And if you look at these Indians, where they come from, go to Pakistan. They're suffering people there in Pakistan. You understand? They come here, they enjoy all the benefits of South Africa, but we South Africans are not enjoying that. Which is what the government must look at. What are we doing wrong? You understand?
Yes, I agree.
It's useless. When the white people were in government, they never used to have all these
fancy cars,
all these fancy cars and all that. Why? Because that money they would rather use it for the livelihoods of people. Our government is busy, they're flashing. But what are they doing?
So they flash because they're doing
they
nothing.
Like flashy things.
They don't have anything to show, they just have like public headlines. Just have headlines.
I heard one minister suggested spending 200 million just to do a flag, new flag for South Africa. 200 million. How many RDP houses can you build with that money? You understand?
Kuyashupha umuntu.
Mancane.
Bafo.
Shapha kunjani?
Uyashupha lo muntu.
Mm.
Usuka le nzansi ngisusa le nzansi. Uthi ayohereza ubuzohlala la.
Ubuzohlala. Uyabazi. Labo kuyabazi. You see what the problem is. And I like it because when you read the history, you had a good insight to say, all I'm seeing in this history, it doesn't say anything about the African, the suffering African, suffering South African. There's no place that they are dedicating that this is a place where our Africans used to. You understand? It's all Chinese, Indians, so and so. What about the South African? Where is the place for the South African? In his home country, in his homeland. You understand?
Yeah.
So we've done everything for everyone. We look good. But what about ourselves? When are we going to start doing things for ourselves?
So that thing is even deeper. It goes even like to us, even who have like homes, to say, what is the concept of that?
Yeah.
You know, how do you enjoy the place that you are living?
How do you interact with your neighbor, the next person on the street, if he's sleeping on the... You know, every day you knock off from work, you get into your car, you go into your car. You even say comfortable house. Have you ever spent the thought of that person that you passed on the street? Where did this meal come from? Did he even have a bath? Is he comfortable where he's sleeping? Why is he sleeping there? What went wrong?
And you can also go to ethics and politics.
It's a lot. You can write a big book. You can write a big volume. Starting with only probing those ideas. There's so many. You can spend
I think I have these kids. I have a lot of them, so I'm not gonna chow again of them. So,
I mean, even from looking at your pictures, you can easily put up a bigger story. Because they in themselves tell a silent story.
So Isaac, go. And the thing is, I always pass here when I go to school.
Yeah.
So I don't know, today I just felt, I don't know, spirit.
It's your spirit. You understand? God takes you to places to discover things that you always take for granted. You understand? So you stand there. I was thinking, no, okay, it's one guy that's doing his rounds, and you went down there, you came up. But your being around this place inspired you into a lot of things. I lost that van. The police are telling me I must forget about it. You see that green van?
How?
Exactly same everything except mine was a 4x4. It's a custom that one.
How did they take it away from you? The police. If it's at the police.
No, when they destroyed my life, I'm in the street because of the police.
What? But these people that are right next to you.
Station, yes.
These people that are right next to you.
Yeah.
What did they do?
I used to work for SARS. Come and introduce this employment equity process. You know, when you're good and you're a black person, white people, they don't like you. You understand? So they're always like, why are people coming and asking for you by name? I said, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they don't like that thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you are good and you help somebody, obviously that somebody is going to tell another person that's got problems. If you go to that place, go and see so and so. You understand? So people started coming calling me by name. You want to see that? We went to a point that even my bank accounts were being scrutinized every month. because they thought I was stealing money. I even went to my bank to ask, why has he got a lot of investment? The bank said, no. This person is actually using his relationship with the bank and taking money from us and reinvesting it to build up his capital. He's doing a good thing. He's not stealing from anyone.
Yeah.
That's pure economics. You understand? We're charging him very little, but for what we give him, he's not going there and squandering it. He's investing it, putting it aside for the future. They got angry, and when we went through the implement equity process, that was for better positions. I got a management position. They decided to change the letter that came from head office informing me of my upgrade. And when I got to learn of that, they quickly came up with charges against me, falsified charges. Went to a hearing, they hired some attorney from somewhere, and they briefed that attorney, obviously, to say, no, we are hiring you to come and chair this hearing because we want to get rid of. So the instruction to the attorney was find fault, find a reason to dismiss him. And at the end of the hearing, there was security waiting at the door for me. I was chased away.
And did they seize your finance? How did you do?
Escorted off the premises. I went to the CCMA. They followed me at the CCMA. The matter took 2 years. After 2 years, the CCMA told me, no, it's a racial issue, you must go to the labor court. I went to the labor court, I registered the case, I got the file number. 1 year, again, nothing is happening. I go there, they say, no, your matter is expired. And again, there's no paperwork in your file. So who took that paperwork, I don't know. So it's the workings of the government. That's how I ended up on the street. You know women how they are. When I was not working, she's the one who's supporting. She starts acting funny. She got a relationship with the principal at their school. Next thing, it was a policeman here to enforce. Policeman made her pregnant, and then I hear stories. I want to apply for divorce. She gets me arrested because she was pregnant. Policeman's pregnant. They wanted to blame me for that. Went to court, was dismissed. Next thing assault, GBH. One night, come out of court today, assault, bail. I'm arrested the next morning, assault, GBH, Sun City, awaiting trial. I'm attending from Sun City. After that, it's 1 year. Come out, my home has been taken by the bank. My property has been thrown away. I don't have anything, my cars, everything. I end up in the street. Go and clean up my criminal record for an arrest, an unlawful arrest. You must wait for 10 years, or you must have money to get an attorney, because your case must go to the High Court. And you know how fighting government is difficult. This is how I ended up like this. So I'm 8 years now since then, because I came out of jail in 2014. So hopefully 2024 I'll be free of this case. Then I can start maybe trying to work for my life, get off the street, live a better life. So that's how it is.
Chambers. And I have one thing. Okay, I can tell you my experience of JOZI in the streets, right?
Yeah.
So me and my friends in Mabone, were taking, you know, acid. Have you taken acid?
Taken like
you know LSD?
yeah, I know LSD.
You know
Drugs,
LSD?
Yeah.
So is that one that makes you like feel the earth and everything like that?
Yeah, it's moving like it's bumpy.
Yeah. So we took that, right? So knowing that I didn't even know what I was doing, I just thought, okay, this is a fun thing.
Yeah, it starts what do they peer influence?
it's gonna be dope, whatever, yeah.
You start enjoying it, yeah.
And
It's
then,
ecstasy.
yeah, I missed my taxi, like I missed my taxi
yeah.
going home.
Yeah.
So like now I'm panicking, you know, and I'm under this
How am I
drive.
going to go home? Yeah.
And I'm moving around the city. I'm just trying to find a place where
You can anchor for the night.
yeah, and then it was really crazy, and that's how I started like looking at the city as like, man, why is the city so like, no, you can't go in here,
Yeah.
closed doors, everything.
Everything gets close to your face, yeah.
And then it started like, you know, started questioning stuff a lot.
Yeah. No, it's like some things you have to go through in order to understand further more things. Because if you don't get that little experience, some doors remain closed to you and you don't know what's behind those doors. I know people in reporting, people that's doing the news, they go through these lives. Yeah. But they're going through not as a consequence. They're going through those lives because they are investigating, they want to know better. But what becomes important is what do they do with the information that they have acquired through those investigations. Because if whatever you do in life does not help you change life for better, then it's useless. You are like chasing after the wind. You'll never get to where you are going. So in whatever you do, whether it's you wake up for the day, you ask yourself, oh, it's Tuesday today, oh Lord, what have you got in store for me? Lead me to those places where I can see your wonders, where I can see your beauty, where I can find happiness, where I can be satisfied. Then you get to know yourself, you get to live your life the way you like. You are happy, you find faults, you identify faults, you help them create a better world. You understand? That's why we are in this world. That's our purpose. Besides that, we are wasting our lives. And a lot of people today are just wasting their lives. You understand? Because they are just living useless lives. You understand? Some are chasing after money, people die, chasing after money that they may never have. You understand? The lucky ones, some lucky ones don't even chase after it, they just find it. You understand? That is life. You understand? But the most important things in life is finding how you can help change the world. You understand? Because if you change the world, you are doing better for the world and you are creating a lasting legacy for yourself and your family. You understand? Because when you are not normal, don't just be like you never existed. When you are normal, have something that you've left behind that's got your signature, that's leaving an everlasting mark in the world. You understand? Get people talking about, you know, there was this so and so who did this 1, 2, 3. There was this so and so. You understand? Even notorious people, we still remember them for the crimes they did, the evil things they did. You understand? That will never be forgotten. But you must strive as a human being to say, no, I want to leave a brick with my name in this world. You understand? Otherwise, I want to have built something. Have helped inspire a certain thought, a certain style of life, a certain mindset. Change the way things were. You understand? Then you'll know, you'll be there in the history books of history for life, in the books of history for life. You understand? So even if you are dead, but your name does not die, you must not allow your name to die with you. You understand?
Yes. Power to the.
Thank you, my friend.
I'm I know I'm going to
like I
speak.
said, every time we're here Monday to Sunday, we sleep here, we come around 5, 6, we wake up around 7, 8 to go into our rounds. But anything you want to talk, if you want to chat, you know,
Yeah, it's good.
come around.
Yes.
May never know. There's still a lot you don't know.
There's still a lot I don't
Yeah,
know,
we've got surprises. Just like yesterday, we went to church on Sunday, we were given groceries. But it's stuff that you need to have a home to cook. Do you understand? And that grocery is worth about 350 rands. We just took it to a lady friend that always passes here and greets us. She's a cleaner here at the police station. We gave it to her and she was shocked. She just took out 50 rands because she didn't have money and it was a surprise. And I said, no. But that 50 rands we can buy ourselves a loaf of bread and a cold drink. That's better than meal and tin stuff, which we can't use. You understand? Yeah. So life is about that. It's about interacting. It's about being there for somebody, building up somebody. You'd be happy tomorrow to say, no, when I spoke to those guys and I started writing their story, this is where they are today because of my story. Do you understand? That way you've made a difference in somebody else's life, which is a credit for your life as well. You understand? That's it. You start thinking out of the box, many things open up, many opportunities come up, by just doing the small mistakes. Remember, who's this guy in science that we used to learn about when I was still at school? Newton. Yeah, Newton, who learned how to measure volume.
Oh, volume.
Yeah.
I forgot.
It's him, Sir Isaac Newton.
Oh, is it him?
Yeah, he was very lucky to go into his bath, filled it with water to the brim. And when he stepped into the bath, because his mass displaced water, so there was a certain amount of water that went out. And I said, oh, okay, this is how I can measure my body mass to see how big I am. So if I measured the amount of water that was there, and then now the amount of water that is not there, which means I can replace, you know, understand? Which is why people saying, there's this statement to say, no, I need my space. How much is your space? You need to measure it. Your space is when you're standing here or you're sitting here, you are not affecting anyone. Nobody is affecting you or is affected by your presence. That's your space. Like you are standing there, it's your space. You understand? That's all you need to be around in the universe. But people have plots, they've got farms, they've got mansions. It's not too much for their space.
Yeah, it is too much.
Do you understand? So it's things that we need to interact on. Say, no. How can we change these things so that your space can be your space and it doesn't affect my space? You see?
Yo, can I use that marker? My tag.
You see, one would wish that God should be here forever and cannot be destroyed.
Yeah. Little drawing for your. Shout out.
Thanks for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you all, guys. See Mohau or
Sehoa.
Sehoa.
Yeah, thanks.
Sehoa and Isaac, yeah. Okay. Take a picture of that.
Okay, thanks.
I'm going to school.
Have a good day.
You all guys also have a good day and prosperous.
Now we love your inspiration.
Thank you, King. Thank you.